Good morning, Jim here, Humphrey here. Wanted to take a few minutes and put this video guide together. The guide is designed to show you the hand signals, to show you the obedience, and the proper reactions that we take within the obedience. The praise, the consequence or the bite, the hand signals, everything. Humphrey's been a real good boy. He's done what we asked. The biggest thing that I say that we've got to do with him is try to excite him. Get him where he wants to work with us. We can use treats a little bit, but treats aren't why he obeys us. He obeys us because we tell him to. The treats are an afterthought. They are what I call manna from heaven. We still reward him after he's done something he knows what to do on occasion, but he's not working for the treat. The treat is not in our hand as part of the obedience. This is obedience. Then we reward him afterwards, okay? When we're trying to teach new commands, if he's excited about a treat, I don't mind using treats to teach, to tease, to lure. But once we've got it, I don't want him working for treats. I have so many people tell me that when they've got a treat out, their dog will obey, but when the treat is gone, they'll do nothing. That's not what we want. And good thing about Humphrey, we don't have to have that. He will listen. Our biggest challenge is not to motivate him with the treats. Is not to motivate him with the treats, but is to encourage him with our voice, with our interactions. When he does something we don't like, did you hear me go, I didn't want him licking himself and stuff on the camera just then, so I tapped the leash, okay? So we're gonna tap it, we're not gonna jerk it, we're not gonna pull it. When we pull, we create an automatic resistance from our dog. Also, when we pull, we do the work for him. It's always a tap, a nip, a bite, and that gets it. Anytime we bite or nip, what do we do afterwards? We always praise. You remember what I talked about? Motivation equals praise plus consequence. And our praise, we try to praise 20 times more during a day than we consequence. When he's laying there being a good boy, we praise him. When he's doing something with the other dogs that is not troublesome, we praise him. When he's following us and happy, we praise him. We want to see that he wants to please us, and when we praise him, that helps that to occur. Very first thing we're going to do is let's go. Let's go is where we have him by our side or slightly behind us. We don't want him in front. When he's in front, two things happen. One, he's leading, okay? We don't want a leader right now. At some point in time, if you want him to walk in front of you, that's quite all right. But right now, we're establishing who the leader is. The second thing is, when he's in front of us, he's subject to the world. We're not part of the picture when we're behind him. And he could act out on a bird, another dog, another person, or what have you. But when we're beside him, we provide a checks and balance system, if you will. And when he sees us, he knows we're here. He knows that we're here to control what's going on, and he also knows we're here because we have his back, okay? Listen to my tone of voice while we're working. Watch what's going on. I really, really want to motivate him. And you remember, I already prefaced this at the beginning of the video. We need to motivate him. That's so important. Continue to build on that, all right? All right, buddy, let's go. The cats are part of training. Cats are part of our life. When we walk, he's walking with us. When he's doing good, what are we going to do? Good boy. Good boy. Come on, let's go. Atta boy. Now, this would be one of those times where if we wanted to give a little bit of a treat, he doesn't know we're loading it up. We've got it. Atta boy. I give him a treat. When I give a treat, what do? I provide touch and good words. Atta boy. Right. Let's go. Sit. That's the hand signal for sit. When I tell him to sit, he's got to sit and he's got to hold that sit. If he doesn't sit or if he gets up from the sit, we're going to lightly take this leash and go, sit. Tap it straight up. Pop and release. Pop and release. We're not here to hurt him. We're here to guide him, to let him know he's done something he shouldn't. And he has to hold that sit as long as we put him in. He's going to be a big boy. I don't want to put him in a sit more than a minute or so because I just don't like to put that pressure on their rear end. Good. So, let's go. Come on, let's go. Saw the motivation there? Sit. Hand signal. Good boy. As soon as he does it, we praise him and love him. Again, if you want to use a treat, fine. Just don't let him see you loading up with the treat. We don't want him working for the treat. Bring. That's the release command. Notice when I broke him, I stepped away from him. That's to encourage him to want to come up. Good boy. Good boy. Good words, good touch again, okay? So our let's go, when we're walking, if we have to motivate or he starts to stray off to the side, we're going to tap the leash, but we're going to tap the leash in the direction we want him going. And it's typically parallel to the ground. So we're walking, if he gets in front, we're going to tap back. If he gets behind, we're going to try to motivate him up. If that doesn't work, we're going to tap the leash to motivate him up. If I make a turn and he doesn't come, I'm going to tap in the direction I'm going. Tap, tap, don't pull. Okay? The other thing with walking is we don't want to create a lot of tension on the line. We want to try to keep slack in the line at all times. We want him willingly doing what we ask. If there's a lot of tension on the leash, he's feeling that tension, he knows we have control. Okay? So, we know what let's go, we know sit, and now we know the release command. So here we go. Down. Good boy. Now, good boy, praise, good words, good touch. We don't always have to give the combination together, but we try to do it as much as we can in the beginning. Down is just like sit. From the side, that was his hand signal. Okay? If he did not D-O-W-N, I would tap the leash, again tap, towards the ground. I would not pull him to the ground. Now once he's in that down, he has to hold it until I release him. Unlike the sit command, he can stay in that down as long as we need him to be. But if he starts to get up, what are we going to do? We're going to tap that leash, no, down. If he gets by you and goes a few feet, breaks the command and you weren't aware, you would go get him and bring him back, no, 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 down, and put him back where he was so he didn't gain an advantage. Now, one of the things that we do during the week, down first of all, is where we're establishing our leadership. Down is typically the most submissive command, and it definitely is that way for Humphrey. It's the most submissive command a dog will do for us. When he starts to do that, we know we're taking control. As you and I talked the first time that we met, we saw a little bit of that distance that he puts between the human and the dog. We want to make sure we do everything we can to increase that bond. So we don't want to just overcorrect him, but we do want to bite when necessary and then praise afterwards. Another thing that we have done, and I think it's important to do, is put him in a stay command. Here's the hand signal right in front of his face, stay. Typically when I tell him to stay, he can relax. He can chew a bone, he can smell the ground now if he wants to. He has to stay there. I normally don't use the stay command unless I want my dog there for at least 2 minutes. So we have down, stay, and then we also have a stay that you can use for staying in a room, staying in the door and not bolting out. Either one of those is fine. Open palm, stay. If he comes through, tap, tap, tap. Again, we're not here to intimidate, dominate, break the spirit, or hurt him. Tap, tap, tap. No, no, no. Stay. Good boy. And then we immediately walk back out of the room or walk out the door. And we continue to work that as an exercise, okay? So, although I put him in a stay, I'm going to release him from it. Normally, I like a down stay for at least 2 minutes. Break. Boy. Step back because I'm trying to encourage that bond and cooperation together, and I praise him when he comes. Let's go. So you saw the DOWN from the side. Sit. Now from in front. Good boy. See, the purpose of the hand signals, I could have said down and given the hand signal. I could have just said down, or I could have just given the hand signal. If you saw it or if you didn't see it, replay it. You'll see that he went down with the hand signal. Notice only, I didn't give verbal. Notice he went down, I told him good boy. Not every time are we going to be able to provide good touch, but we try to do it as much as we can because it's so important that we send the right signals to him right now. Okay? Again, down means down. He's got to hold that down as long as we ask him to do it. Okay? Break. Good boy. Sit. That's a good boy. Good boy. Break. Attaboy. If I was walking down the street and I saw someone, first of all, I'd have him here by my side, okay? I might put him in a sit, I might put him in a down, or I might not give him a command at all if I was worried about him breaking it and I'd have to pay attention to him instead of talking to a neighbor. I would just have him on a loose leash. If he started to pull, I would tap back towards me. Just a brief little insert there. Good boy, let's go. Come on. Next command is the place command. The place command, we put him on his bed. He can lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what he does, but he's on his bed, okay? He has to remain on that bed. I don't care if Grace and Luke are running around. If you put him into place, he's got to be into place. All right, let's go. Watch the hand signal. Place. You saw he was already going to it. Atta boy. Good boy. So he's done it. Now, if I want to, I could give him a treat. I could have also rewarded him as soon as he did it, if I felt the need, as long as he didn't see me load it up. Boy. And I'm just using boiled chicken breast. Good boy. He has done this command. We can go out of the room. We can do whatever we need to do for at least a couple of hours now. Right. Boy, come on, let's go, let's go. Good boy. Did you see the encouragement? I was getting ready to tap, but he started to come before then, and I praised him for it. Let's go. Good boy. Sit. Now, we're going to need to load him up in the car. You may even want him to jump up on your bed or up on a couch or what have you. Believe it or not, I don't mind the dog getting on furniture as long as we're the ones instigating it. So I am going to show you the load up or the hup command. Okay, wait. Load up. Good boy. And this is a way that we can teach him to start to jump up into the car. A lot of people tell me that this command has worked real well for jumping up. You noticed I had him sit before. Okay, we got in, because I don't want him just running and jumping in the car. Sit, we give the command, good boy as soon as he jumps up. Great, let's go. Good boy. Sit. Good. Come. Now the come is to come right to us and sit. Atta boy. Atta boy. Now the come command, because of who Humphrey is something I may use to treat a lot of times with. On leash, off leash. Come. I want to encourage him to come. Good boy. Break. When he comes, he sits in front of us and he holds it till we release, just like with the sit command. I will use that treat an awful lot. That's because of that detachment that I had mentioned earlier and previously, and we just want to encourage him to come. When he's on leash, he has to come. If he didn't come, I would tap the leash to me. If he was off leash, then I wouldn't tell him to come right now. I would get his attention, and then when he saw me and decided that he was going to come, that's when I would give the command, when he was committed to coming to me. Okay? The reason I would do that is because I want to equate the warm fuzzies of him wanting to come with good words and a command that he'll believe in as days go on. That come is so important, okay? So now, off leash, I may not make him sit. The biggest thing I want him to do is to come to me. When he comes off leash, I'm not going to hook him up. I'm not going to put him in a crate. I'm not going to punish him for him doing something in the yard or what have you. I want him to come and there are no strings attached, okay? If I did need to put him up because I was getting ready to go, I would have him come, I would praise him, I'd love him, we'd walk around together, and about 60 seconds later I would hook him up and carry him in. I want to distance my putting him up, my doing anything that isn't fun to him from the actual come command, okay? So, break, hey, see, come. He was committed to coming to me. Notice also that I was backing up. That's a wonderful thing to do off leash, okay? Break. Atta boy. Come on. Now the last thing, sit, is the heel command. Good boy. The heel command, imagine you've got a box here by your side. The heel command is our design is to keep him in that box. He stays in that box and when we stop, he sits automatically. This is great if you're at an outdoor concert like Tanglewood used to have, or something else where we need him in real close proximity. but we don't have to do the heel. A shorter leash for let's go would work as well. Here's the hand signal. Listen to my voice. Heel. Good boy. We try to motivate him into box. We stop, he sits. Notice he has to hold the sit, just like with the sit command. Good boy. Good boy. Heel. Good. Turn, and he comes right back in. Good boy. Good boy. Break. Sit. Come. Good boy. Good boy. Break. Place. Good boy. That's a good boy. Now notice his paw is off the bed. You decide what you want. I typically tell my clients, and this is me, it's not you, so you decide what you want. As long as he's got his elbows on, I'm happy. As long as he's not trying to break the spirit of our command, I'm happy, okay? Humphrey's been a great boy. The biggest thing we have to do is be very positive, very encouraging, reward the heck out of him with our love, our touch, sometimes with treats. Let him know when he's pleasing us, okay? I think you're gonna have a great dog here. You just have to keep working. You know that I'm here forever. Anytime you need me and you want to do a little more work, all you have to do is give me a call, and Rachel or I will be happy to work with you at no charge. Thank you so much. My number is 336-945-3232. Also, JimHodgesDogTraining.com. Also, Jim Hodges Dog Training on Facebook. I really, really appreciate it, and good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good boy.